Hello, my name is Rudy Hernandez, and this video tutorial is for the use model for the lesson builder. So these are lessons that are already built into our by S4S libraries. We have academic development, careers, intro to engineering. In this particular training videos, we'll be showing some of the lessons that are built in for math 7th grade. This is a basic introduction to the lessons that are built in to the library. There will be a separate training for how to create brand new material in using the lesson builder. Train the instructor and or students on the lessons that are already built into Math 7. So as stated, we're going to go to Math 7. We are going to go to, in this case, Math 7 lessons. So the use model that we propose is a proactive use model. These lessons can be given at the beginning of a course. So as you can see, we're going to click on Math 7th. We're going to go to the application tool, Math 7th lessons. We have a pre-built in lesson plan for Math 7th. It's a very flexible lesson plan. We basically have 5 categories that are built in, and the use model that we propose is a proactive use model. These can be given as homework assignments, or they can be used during the classroom. So an example here, let's go to probability and statistics. Okay, let's pick probability of independent events. What we have defined in here is a set of worksheets. And these worksheets will describe a number of examples, some concepts. So probability of independent events, as you can read here, independent events are not affected by prior events. That's what makes them independent. A good example of these is like the tossing of a coin. The result of heads or tails is an outcome that is not dependent on the previous game. The probability of throwing a coin, tossing it, and landing and having it land as heads or tails is 50% that it can be heads or 50% that it can be tails. 50% can be represented as 1/2, 1 and 2, or as the percent 50. The probability is a relatively straightforward equation. Probability is the total number of desired outcomes divided by the total number of possible outcomes. So when you basically toss a coin, you can either have a heads or a tails. So in that particular scenario, the probability of tossing a coin and getting a head, let's say, is 1 head, if that's what the desired outcome is the goal, and then the total possible outcomes is either a head or a tail. So in this case, the probability of getting a head is 1/2. Now, if you want to do 2 coin tosses, you can basically do this particular calculation. What is the probability of getting 2 heads back to back? So you will put the desired outcome on top, heads and heads, divided by all of the possible outcomes, which is heads heads, or head tails, or tails tails, or tails heads. So basically it's 1 desired outcome divided by 4 possible total outcomes. So the probability of getting heads back to back is 1/4. Here's a quick example pictorially. You have 1 coin, you have 50% chance of getting a head, and then you have 50% chance of getting another head. So the first toss, you have a 50% chance of getting a head. As we calculated before, it can be 1/2 or 0.5, 1 and 2. The second toss is basically a probability of the first toss times the probability of the second toss, which is 1/4. 1/2 times 1/2 equals 1/4, or 0.2%, or 1 and 4. Just real quick summary. Probability, again, is the desired outcomes divided by the total possible outcomes. The most common mistake is forgetting to include the desired outcome in the total possible outcome. So a lot of people forget to put the heads in this group. They'll put heads, and then they'll put head tails, tails, and tails head, and they might accidentally get 1/3 and not really get the correct answer because of that mistake. So each one of these 6 lessons will have 1 worksheet at minimum, or it could have several, like the dice, or a different set of outcomes for the coin toss or a deck of cards. But they will also all have a quiz, a set of quizzes at the back. We will take a probability quiz number 2, and we will begin the assessment. And just to for time reasons, let's just pick A for all of them. Let's just pick A and move to next. You can pick A. So it's a different type of coin toss. Looking for a particular set of numbers. Probability of landing on a particular number. Coin tosses. More coin tosses. Deck of cards. Question number 8. Another roll of the dice. And then the 10th question. So I picked A, so now I'm going to, for all of the questions, submit for grading. Are you sure you want to submit for grading? Yes, I want to submit for grading. And then the key here is that you can get instant feedback. So the feedback will go to the teacher, or it can go to the student. For the student view, you will be able to get instant feedback for tests given here, probability number 2. So in here you can see that what the correct answer is. You get an answer key. You have the ability to go in here and look at a one of the quick explanation documents if you have any questions. And you can basically go through every question and look at the answer key and look up some videos in English or Spanish and look at the or a worksheet explanations for anything you got wrong. So you have instant feedback is the key message here. So once again, going back to the lessons plan, we have all these categories in probability and statistic. You have mean, medium, and mode. So in here you have different worksheets with different examples worked out. You can go to the section on measurements. You can go on models, prisms, and we will have worksheets that are assigned here. Each one of these has their own set of quizzes and that are available for you. You can go into geometry, special reasons. You can go into 3D figures for top, bottom, and left. So these are figures where you can look at different views. And we have worksheets to show you the different techniques for determining the height, width, and depth of these figures. And of course you have the associated quiz. Of course you have angles, and in this case complementary and supplementary angles. We have some worksheet examples in here, some questions. Then you have the quizzes at the back. So the whole program is designed for either the teacher to assign any one of these categories, these TEKS categories, as homework, or the classroom can start off with a set of worksheets, a set of videos on one particular TEKS topic. The students can immediately take a quiz, and then as you saw, the teacher can get the total set of answers for all of the students to see which quiz questions were the ones that were most commonly missed. The individual student can see and focus on the questions that they missed and get immediate help through a worksheet or video. And this tool could be very useful, once again, either as homework or during the regular classroom hours. It could be the first 10 minutes of videos and worksheets, 10 minutes to take a quiz. The teacher can then instantly observe the scores, and then the rest of the time could be devoted to only the questions that the students miss or that the students missed most often. These are some of the use models that are possible. There are many more variations to the use model cases, and we're just happy to present this to you. Once again, this concludes an example of the lesson builder, of the built-in lessons. In this case, we covered topics in Math 7th. Another training video will be released for lesson builders where you want to create your own set of folders and your own material from scratch. Thank you very much for listening to our video, and keep on learning. Goodbye.